welcome back to I Have Something to Talk About. My name is Tatiana.
I'm Brooklyn.
It's so fantastic. I have something to talk about today.
Okay.
It's a very pressing issue. Wrestling. Okay? We're talking about wrestling. I don't even know what kind of wrestling. Couldn't tell you.
Did your parents you grow up watching
I did not
wrestling?
grow up watching wrestling.
My dad used to watch WWE. Was it?
WWE is
it used to be F, right? WWF. But now it's the World.
Couldn't tell you.
One of them is like a wildlife foundation. So yeah, so now WWF is the World Wildlife Foundation, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And now it's WWE.
Okay, got you.
World Wrestling something.
So we're talking about wrestling today because I'm sure as you've clearly pulled, I don't get it. Yeah. I don't get it. Okay, so I'm not going to lie to you. Until very recently, probably the last 2 or 3 years, and I don't want to offend any wrestling fans out there, okay? I'm just speaking to what I know is my truth, and if this is wrong,
speak your truth, baby.
Speak your truth. It's fake.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, great. I was very nervous that we were going to just have...
Well, you thought I was going to be like, no, it's so real.
I don't know. Oh, my God, I blew out the mic.
That was one of us.
I did not realize that it was fake until a couple years ago, that it was all, like, staged and choreographed.
They'll even, like, do a little slit on the forehead so that when they get hit by a chair or something on the face, that it bleeds more. Isn't that ridiculous?
Seems like a lot. You could not do that. Okay, and so I have some deeper things to talk about this, of course, because you guys know me by now. I can't talk about anything without discussing what goes into the backgrounds of it. You know, we've got to learn something. So, just like the foreground, the basic stuff, it just screams toxic male to me. I'm sorry, Gary, if you're listening.
He's not. I don't even think he knows about them.
Perfect. My dad also doesn't. He would say that we are a bunch of liberals, even though we're not. It just, you know, it just screams to me like, I'm gonna beat the shit out of you!
Yeah.
But for what?
Toxic masculinity.
Okay, and so here's the part that really I don't understand, okay? If everything is staged, there's a belt you can win, or a purse, right?
It's a belt. Purse.
It's a belt. Not an actual purse. Like, sometimes the money that you win is called the purse.
Oh, I see.
Okay?
You're officially a 90-year-old. Give me the purse.
Fucking disrespectful. Moving on.
The
belt that you win.
Yeah.
Do they draw straws at the beginning of each season who gets to win it? Because if every single fight is staged and choreographed, and then they move forward in a bracket system based on that, then who... Is it a thumb war to see who wins? We're all going to have a thumb war behind the scenes.
No, I think
who gets to win that year.
I think it's probably... They've got to do something with ratings.
So maybe.
maybe like an underdog. They'll make sure an underdog will come out top. You know, and like it would be ridiculous. So like they've got like 105-pound dude soaking wet comes in and just destroys this 275-pound dude. And they're like...
Which makes no sense because...
Oh my God, no one expected it!
Right. Like if you think about actual martial arts and sports that are actually like judo or Taekwondo or what's the big one? MMA fighting.
MMA, yeah.
Like those are
Karate.
all actual skills.
Jiu-jitsu, did you say that?
Right. I said judo, but jiu-jitsu is
all
something.
Of them.
Yeah. Okay. Those are all actual skills. Okay. I feel like wrestling is more showmanship than anything. Okay. But even in all of those other sports, there are weight classes. So the fact that there is not a weight class in WWE just should have tipped me off from moment number one that this is not real. Okay.
Well, what do you think the difference is between like toxic, maybe not toxic, but like dudes watching WWE versus our moms watching like soap operas?
The Bachelor.
So yeah, or The Bachelor.
Love is Blind.
You're telling me that The Bachelor they haven't like the producers come say that girl's winning, or you know they.
But I don't know if they do it to that point. But maybe they don't do it to that point with WWE either.
Yeah,
so maybe it's just like really like maybe it's just entertainment, and it's to be taken at that. But I just think it's so funny that female entertainment is geared towards like Paradise Island, Love is Blind, The Bachelor, The Bachelorette, all of those, or like soap operas. Like, oh my God, all of these things, drama. That's what females or women get for entertainment, and what men get for entertainment is WWE. Tell me that that's not toxic masculinity. It is, and it's like such weird, like biased ideas of what females and males find fun. And it's like
a woman walking around completely
in a skimpy
naked,
bikini,
but a bikini,
like showing you what round it is. Oh my gosh, you get to see titties and two dudes almost having sex. That's not homoerotic. Let's talk about that for a second. All fighting is homoerotic. I have not ever watched a single MMA fight in my life. We were at the brew house one time, and I was getting dirty looks from men because I was, let's get honest, quite drunk. Okay. And there was an MMA fight on that night. We did not go to the bar for the MMA fight. We were out to go out drinking and to have some dancing. And there was an MMA fight on last night, and I kept on shouting to the TV, "Why don't you just kiss him already?" And I had a waitress come over and say, there are quite a few people who are complaining. And I'm like, you telling me that they're not in love with each other? This is enemies to lover fan fiction if I ever saw it.
You right?
Okay.
Totally.
And it's just ridiculous to me. Like, I think all fighting is incredibly homoerotic. Maybe that's just me.
You know, I can see it. I definitely see it.
Yeah, like they're 2 seconds away from taking off their clothes in the middle of the ring at any given time. Sorry to diss your life's work and all, but there's a reason why people who are as fantastic as John Cena and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson get out of it.
Yeah, but they made great careers,
but they're fantastic actors.
They are,
which tells you something about what they were doing beforehand.
The
fact that like the fact that Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and you do have to say his whole name every single time. The fact that
The Rock isn't part of his full name.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. The fact that when he moved into acting, people were like, "Oh my God, what is he doing?" He was an actor before. It was just like he's the equivalent of Broadway for men.
Bro's been acting for a while.
You think he was jumping off of the little stretchy bands?
You think he's really wondering what you're cooking?
Yeah. You think...
Really?
No. He's fantastic, honestly. I love him so much. Awesome. Oh my God. He's so fantastic. And John Cena, too. John Cena's been in a lot of movies. And they're fucking funny. He's funny. John Cena is funny. I love it so much. But like, honestly, kudos to both of them for overcoming the ridiculousness that where they got their start from. Like, I don't know if WWE, maybe it's just my perspective, maybe they just don't get a lot of respect.
I think it's just an entertainment thing, you know, just something to entertain.
What is the pull? You know that they're faking it. So you want to see two guys in skimpy Speedos pretend to beat the shit out of each other? Tell me you're not having dreams about your coworkers. It's homoerotic. End. Period.
I was trying to think of something that I could, like, compare it to, but I can't.
Find something.
I can't.
Find something that's geared towards women that's like that. Maybe America's Next Top Model when the girls start actually having catfights. But even then, as a female myself, whenever that kind of shit happened, I was like, oh, this is dumb. Get back to the modeling.
But even, like, talking about that, like, do you really think that they go into it with no bias? Like, you think that they each have an exact same amount of percent chance of winning?
No, but I don't think life's like that.
That's true.
I don't think that anybody ever walks in 100% guaranteed of what they're going to get. Whether you're an underdog or you're the cream of the crop.
I think maybe I just have, like,
different view on it.
Not different view, but like a pessimistic point of view. I'm like, they're all fake.
Yeah.
Like, all of those. Survivor. Like, there's no way that and maybe the players who are playing, like, they don't have any say in it. I'm sure that they think that everything's... but like, the producers and stuff, they for sure fucking know. They know what they're gonna do. They know what they're gonna set something somewhere, and they're gonna set someone up a little better than someone else.
Absolutely.
Right?
Any show that requires people to do confessionals as well it's not a good. It's
because
like the producers have first-hand knowledge of exactly what those people are, or like what isn't Love Is Blind the same way too? Don't they do confessionals? I've never watched Love Is Blind. I try not to watch reality TV as much as I can. The only reality TV I could actually see myself getting into would be Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but only because I love the fuckery, the drama.
No,
I just want it. That. I love it, but not even the old seasons.
There's so much they don't show you. Like we watched Big Brother for a while, and there's just so much that you don't see that you know is happening in the background, but they're just like portraying someone in just like one complete way when you know that there's
more going on.
There's more going on that they're just not showing.
Anything that's edited that's meant to be reality TV and it's not raw cut footage and it's edited, I don't trust it.
I just feel so bad because in WWE, those guys, they know that they're acting. They know they're acting. Right. Like, it's not like they're going in and they're like, yeah, I'm going to be the world's best wrestler. Like, that. Like, you know, whatever. Yeah. But the people who are going into Big Brother, Survivor, I'm sure that they think, I'm going to win Survivor. And then you're portrayed, like, who was it? It was one of the guys on the Big Brother season that we watched. He was out in, like, 2 episodes, and they just portrayed him to be the dumbest dude. I'm like, I'm sure he's not. Like, I'm sure he's, like, actually, like, a clever person and, like, has a good personality. But just, like, what they showed was only to their agenda.
Or
like,
maybe
only
they specifically picked him because they knew that that's what he was like. Maybe they hit the fucking jackpot and found somebody who was just out to lunch. And they were like, guess what? You get to be on Big Brother.
I feel like
because it's gonna be good TV.
I feel like I would like they would have like I would be that person that I would go in there and be like, yeah, I'm gonna win, and then they'd be like, actually, we're just gonna portray her. You're as actually just here for stupid, views. Yeah, exactly, this stupid girl, and I'd be like, afterwards I'd leave and I'd be like, I don't get what happened, you know? Like,
yeah, like I'm not stupid.
Yeah, not stupid.
Why'd you say I was stupid, man?
Yeah.
To be fair though, now that we've just absolutely trash talked wrestlers for like a solid 10 minutes, mad props because they're like cut and that's just for fun. Not for fun, I mean you're getting paid hella bills,
that's
but
true.
like good god, they're hefty, like, okay, and sweaty too. Like, okay. Are you also sweaty all the time? Oh my god, I know it's, but like, wow.
Vaughn's middle name is Kane after a wrestler.
Oh, I hate that. Sherry. Why?
Yep, and Damien's middle name is Keevan after a football player.
Okay, no judging. I still love your mom and dad. They're great people. Questionable choices. Why are you Shay then?
And Shay, I think my mom just...
Like shea butter?
It's not spelled the same.
Okay.
I don't know. Mom just had an epiphany.
All of our middle names in our family are family names.
None of ours are.
No.
My dad's like, football!
Wrestling!
Shea butter!
Fantastic!
Hilarious.
I want t-shirts.
Mom, I didn't realize you were so obsessed with shea butter.
Shea butter. She really didn't want those stretch marks. She's putting it on.
She sent down those fucking stretch marks.
Yeah?
Oh.
Like, gave them to you instead?
Oh my, well, no. You know what I mean? How they say stretch marks are genetic?
Oh, yeah.
Like, she's got them, and she passed those bitches down.
Yes. Oh, God,
like,
me too.
I got them as soon as I had my kids. It was like, just 5 weeks pregnant. There's a stretch mark.
Oh, yeah, perfect. You didn't have stretch marks before that?
Not really.
I had them on my boobs. My boobs got way too big when I was in high school, way too fast, stretch marks.
Yeah.
Also, I had still do, massive thighs. Because I was, like, a competitive hockey player. Like was playing like higher level hockey, I guess. So I was like in hella good shape when I was playing hockey, and like I just had these massive tree trunks. Where I used to be like, your thighs are actually terrifying. I'm like, dude, I know I can kill someone, like for sure. But I always had stretch marks like on the inside of my thighs, sides of my boobs, because they just like got too big, hefty. Now I just have stretch marks everywhere.
I don't think I have stretch marks on my boobs, but I think that's the only place. I don't have them on my legs.
No.
Or my arms.
No.
My dad has them on his shoulders.
That's crazy. Lana has them on his shoulders too, my brother. Just because he like got so big so quick as a kid. Hefty. I don't know. It used to bother me so much. It used to bother me so much that I had stretch marks as like a teenager. I don't give a shit anymore. What the hell? Who sees me naked? No one. No one.
No one.
Not even my husband. So, also, like, there's so many more important things to care about.
Yeah.
Holy shit, I don't care about stretch marks.
Yeah.
I say that again because I can't even begin to
people who are tattooing their stretch marks, like, that seems just too much to me. You know, trying to hide them. Like, I
couldn't be bothered. Could not be bothered. I tried that bio oil.
Oh, I did too a little bit. When I was pregnant.
That's so much work. Holy shit. And it's sticky. No one wants to go to bed like that.
It's sticky.
Yuck.
It smells good though. I like the smell of it.
It does smell pretty good. I do like it. I do use it for like my other scars that I've gotten just from being a dumbass. And it works okay. It doesn't like get rid of your scars by any means, I don't think. But like, I don't know. It works good. Smells good. Whatever. I don't know. I got a scar. Speaking of scars, we're totally going to change gears here. I'm going to tell you my axe story. I have an axe wound.
Tell us.
It's not really that exciting of a story. I came home one day with my husband and I wanted to have a fire. And you know this story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I wanted to have a fire. And I don't know. My dad like never trusted me with stuff like that because I've always been a little ADHD gremlin. Like I've always just been incredibly chaotic. And so he took one look at me and was like, I'm not teaching you how to wield an axe. He taught my brother, though. Landon has just as bad as ADHD and chaotic vibes that I do, but he taught Landon how to do that kind of stuff. I don't know. That's just Hossy boy. You gotta work on that. And so he never taught me how to use an axe. And so I was like, to my husband, I was like, well, I just want, like, I can start the fire. I just need you to chop me some kindling. Because I don't have any kindling. Like, I literally have split wood. I just don't have kindling. So can you do that for me? And he was like, yeah, give me 2 seconds. I'm going to, like, go do something over here. I'll be right back. And I was like, I'm an independent woman. I don't need your help.
That's how I feel about everything.
Mm-hmm. Well, my axe wound says that I do need help. Because I also, for the record, I get drugged for this a lot. Because I'm predominantly right-handed. But I am left eye dominant.
Oh.
And I learned that when I started shooting archery. And so I was like trying to do this kindling with my right hand because I was like, well, I'm right-handed, so I'm going to shoot it with my right hand and try like that. No, it didn't work. So I switched. And one swing just fully hit my hand. Almost lost my thumb. No, I didn't. But I did give myself a nice deep cut. I'm very scared of blood, so I did almost pass out. Had to go get stitches. The doctor was very rude to me because I called them in for an axe wound at 11 o'clock at night. So, you know, fair. No shade to her. She was very rough when she was cleaning out my wound. It hurt a lot because the freezing by the time she got there had completely gone because it took her 2 hours to drive 5 minutes. Small towns. And so the freezing was gone and I almost passed out from getting the stitches. I could feel everything. It was awful. She, as hard as she cleaned out my wound, she didn't do a good job because I still had an infection so bad that it tried to bust open my stitches.
I remember that. Yes.
They literally cut one of my stitches. Sorry, trigger warning if you don't like gory shit. They cut open one of my stitches and the entire seam here like burst open with infection. And they were like, oh my God, it was disgusting. And so then I didn't even get restitched. They just were like, we're not going to restitch that. Your skin around the edges is just
emaciated.
A horrible time to look at.
Macerated.
So get out of our office. Here's some antibiotics. And I was like,
some steri strips?
Yeah, like literally. Didn't even give me steri strips. Gave me gauze. And tape. They were like, keep that shit covered up. I promptly went to a grad that night and got very drunk and poured alcohol in it. So I think that's why it got better. You know, it was just vodka and Coke.
You and your White Claw. That's what made it better.
It was a lot of vodka that I did pour in there by accident. So I did have to leave the party early because I kept on looking at the open wound and getting very sick to my stomach. And my mom was like, we're going to go home and get you wrapped back up again. So, that's my axe wound story. What a good time.
It's pretty intense.
I do love that story.
I'm an independent woman and I don't need no man for anything.
I definitely need a man. Like, I'm a mess.
I will, every single time I've ever made a fire, I will
chop your own wood.
Oh yeah. Chop my own
I'm
wood,
very proud of you.
Kindling. And if he, like, Chuck knows not even to try and step in because I'm like, I got this. Fuck off.
I will kill you. Yes. I start our fires a lot of times. I don't know, Brett kind of struggles with starting fires. I start a lot of our fires, but I do require him to I've actually just started making my own little fire starters so that I don't need kindling. Like, I just find a lot of bark. I make our own little fire starters in egg cartons.
Yeah.
I take those camping with us. Because I was like, I'm going to get this baby going. And put the driest wood on it. And then I don't need kindling. Because I don't want to chop it myself.
Just buy one of those, like, it's like cast iron. There's 2 circles, and then there's a point piece in it, and you just, like, set the wood on it, and it just splits it.
Ooh, that sounds amazing.
You don't even have to worry about
chopping it myself.
I mean, it's not great for, like, big pieces, but it'd be good for kindling.
Yeah, I should get that, because I love having fires.
Yeah.
But I always have to wait until Brett, like, chops kindling for me, because now I'm scared. Like, he's shown me how to use an axe since then. That's actually another thing too. So here's the other thing. No, like, shade to my dad at all. He worked away when we were growing up, and so a lot of the things that my dad should have taught me, he wasn't home for. And my mom didn't know those things because her dad didn't teach her. And so, like, all of these, like, lessons that I probably should have learned from my dad, he just wasn't home to teach me. He was, like, working away. And so it's so funny because, like, obviously I don't have a relationship with my husband where he takes on a father figure, but he does teach me a lot of dad lessons.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's like a confusing boundary for me, because I'm like, this is a dad lesson. My husband is teaching it to me.
Did your dad teach you how to change a tire?
He did, after I popped my first one.
Oh, really?
He taught me how, because I, like, called him crying, and I was like, I know this tire's flat, I don't know what to do, and he wasn't home.
Oh.
So he taught me how to do it over the phone.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he was like, here, I'm gonna, like, but I guess it's a good thing, too, because he taught me how to be so self-sufficient, because I would, like, call him for that help, and he'd be like, baby girl, I'm 7 hours away.
Yeah.
I can't help you with that. But he literally, I remember my dad saying to me, like, as a teenager, when things like that would happen and I would need help, he'd be like, but you are a very intelligent young woman.
Yeah.
And I do know that you know how to read, and you do have a phone. So I know that you can figure this out. I'm going to give you the best help that I can over the phone, but you're going to have to piece it together.
The first time I had to change a tire, my dad had taught me how to change a tire. I don't know how much earlier, previous to that, but he did teach me before I did pop a tire. But me and a friend were driving down a gravel road and got onto the highway, and my steering wheel was like this. I was holding the steering wheel like this, but we were still driving straight. So I was like, something's wrong.
What?
And all of a sudden, tire blows, and, like, full blow all the way around the tire.
Oh my God. Pulled
over to the side of the road, and I'm like, oh fuck. So then I get my jack, I get it pumped up, I'm starting to take it off, and she was just like, what are we gonna do? And I'm like, we got it. Okay. She was like, and then anytime a car stopped, she'd be like, yes, we do need help. I'm like, we don't need help.
We don't need help.
I'm almost done.
Almost done.
Keep driving.
Yeah.
Because, like, a couple of guys in vehicles pulled over and they're like, do you need a hand? And she's like, yes, definitely. And I was like, no. We got this. No, and then I drove promptly to where my ex-boyfriend worked at a vehicle shop. And
really?
I was like, what happened to my tire?
Oh my gosh.
And I brought the tire, and it was, like, completely, like, around the inside was just blown out. And I was like, what
the hell, dude?
Fix it.
So what did happen to your tire?
I don't know. They thought maybe just something in, because it was a really old car. That was my Taurus.
Oh,
yeah, 1993.
The Taurus.
So they thought maybe just something was rubbing on it.
Oh, okay, I got you.
So probably wasn't very long, and then the whole car just died.
Yeah. When I got in my accident, when I hit that deer, I had the same thing where I had, like, people stopping en masse to ask me if I was all right. And I was like, I remember just saying to them, because, like, I had this, an entire van of Hutterites pulled up.
Oh no!
Packed. They were going to town.
I don't remember you ever hitting a deer.
Oh, it was when I was teaching. So I, like, hit this deer with my little Ford Fusion, and I hit it hard. Oh, no. I did not see her. She came out of the ditch out of nowhere. I smoked her. I, like, so hard that my airbags went off.
Really?
Yeah. Like, just the ones in my knees, not the one on my face. Just the ones at your knees. And I, like, had bruises on the front of my shins for, like, weeks. Can't believe you didn't know this. No. That's crazy.
I do remember something about you not having a vehicle and having to...
Yeah, so my mom and dad were out of town, which is pretty standard, I guess. Every time I need them, they're not here. So my mom and dad were out of town. I called my mom and I was like in shock. So I was doing like the, and I like wasn't crying, but I couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
And so I called her and I was like, hey, how's it going? And she's like, what's going on? Are you all right? Like immediately so panicked. And I was like, I hit a deer. And she was like, oh my God. And I was like, no, like I just can't breathe. I'm having a panic attack, but like everything's fine.
So everything's good.
Everything's
just
good.
Can't breathe.
So I had to get somebody to come to my car and blah 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 all that stuff. And my husband was at home, but he was sleeping for night shift, so he always turns his phone on silent.
Oh yeah.
So I'm like calling him desperately. My mom and dad aren't home. I'm calling my husband. He's not picking up. I need some help. And I had to end up calling my sister-in-law, and I got her to come and get me and take me back to my house because I had to get another vehicle, and I still had to go to work. Like that was the problem. I was like, did this on my way to work. So she came and got me, drove me the half an hour home, and again, because I was in shock and panicking, I left my keys in the gas cap for the tow truck driver.
Oh man.
So I didn't have keys to get in. We didn't used to hide a key outside of our house.
Yeah.
And so I had no way to get it. And so I'm like trying to like knock on the window where my husband is sleeping.
Yeah.
To get him to open up the door.
Yeah.
And I couldn't knock loud enough. Literally, it was ridiculous. It was me with my sister-in-law on my shoulders knocking on the window. Couldn't knock hard enough to get him to wake up because we're both so short. Couldn't reach. Yeah. Could barely reach. So I ended up like literally going into the backyard and finding a big stick and like hitting the window as hard as I could to get him. And he like finally like rips open the blinds and sees me. He's like, aren't you supposed to be at work? Oh my God.
Help!
Please, sir. I do need assistance. And then I was crying because I was like, I needed you and you didn't answer the phone. I think he never ever put his phone on silent again after that. Like, honestly, he goes to bed now and he keeps his phone on ringer in case I need him.
Aww.
So, but I don't know, it's just stupid.
I have a story about deer.
Yes.
So
this story is not a good story.
Okay. This is the only ever experience I have with a deer. I have never hit a deer. Knock on wood. Or any type of animal, honestly. Other than, I mean, like maybe I hit a rabbit or something like that. Oh, I've definitely hit a gopher. Cried about it, but it's fine. Anyways, so I'm like, I don't remember if I was on my learner's license or if I had my license and my mom was with me, but my mom was with me, so I can't remember how old I was.
Yeah.
Driving down the highway on the way home, and
we had phones, so we had to be at least 15 because I didn't get a phone until I was 15 because I remember you texted me.
Okay.
So you were at least 15.
Maybe 15, yeah. So the person 2 cars in front of me hit a deer, drove away. The deer wasn't dead. Yes, so it wasn't. Trigger warning. It was like
huge trigger warning, okay?
Yeah. Like, seriously.
If you love animals, you exit.
So it was like getting up and falling down, and I couldn't keep driving because I as soon as I came up to it, I was like, oh my God, completely like broken.
You are a very
So the guy in front of me pulled over and he's like, I don't know what to do, and I was like, I don't know what to do either. Well, these angels come flying in a big freaking Tahoe expedition something or other, pull to the side of the road. He rips the hitch out of the vehicle, smacks the deer across the head, and I run to Tracy, hug, and she's holding me as I'm bawling.
Yeah, in case you didn't piece it together, the guy who pulled over on the side of the road and ripped his hitch out and killed the deer was my dad.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen, we live in a small area, but not small enough where it would be like very normal to just happen upon somebody that you know on the major highway through our area.
Yeah.
Like, it was absolutely kismet that it would just happen to be my parents who drove by at that moment. And of course, my dad in all of his hillbilly glory was like, I can take care of that.
I am so happy that he was there and that someone was able to put that poor deer out of its misery because it was sad.
I've got no stomach for that shit.
Yeah.
Like, even when we have to, like, if we have a kitten, like, my brother ran over a kitten last summer and it was not done.
Yeah.
And I was like, and he like didn't know, so he left. So it was just me and my daughter at the house.
Yeah.
And I was like, I literally called my husband in tears and I'm like, I can't do it. And he's like, Tate, it's a kitten. you definitely are strong enough to. And I'm like, I'm not on the inside.
Yeah.
He had to come home and take care of it.
Yeah, I couldn't either.
I like know that it's suffering.
Yeah.
I know that that's horrifying.
Yeah.
But I could not do it myself. There's no fucking way. That's like literally my husband. We went to a Bass Pro Shop the other day. Big hunters. I'm not. I thought one day that I was going to be a big hunter, and I got my license and I got everything and I got all of my certifications. And I was like, yeah, I'm going to hunt because I want to spend more time with my husband. No. Oh, this girl doesn't like killing things.
Yeah.
Can't do it. So we were literally at Bass Pro Shop just this last weekend. And my husband was like, you should really, like, you bow hunt. Hunting's a very strong word. He's like, you bow hunt. You should pick it up again because you haven't done it in years. And I was like, that's because I like shooting archery. Yeah. I hate killing things, dude.
You just like go to an archery club.
I know. I just literally, like, my mom and dad have an acreage, so I just shoot it out there.
Yeah.
But he was like, yeah, you should get back into it. And, like, we can go hunting for so much longer. Like, September, October, and November. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like a good time to me. I don't want to kill anything. Because if it doesn't... Dude, I have a hard time even eating the beef if I watched Brett's dad kill the steer. Oh. I have a hard time with that. Like, if I watch it happen, I can help cut it up. We butcher our own animals, right? Like, we cut them up, we package them up. I can do that. Yeah. Because it, again, trigger warning, it doesn't have a head anymore. Yeah. It doesn't have a face.
I found that with chickens,
if I see the face, I have a really hard time. Yeah. But when it doesn't have a face anymore, hey, I can do it. Yeah. Because I can separate it in my mind.
Yeah. I found that with chickens, too.
Yeah, even the chickens, I can't watch. Yeah. I can't watch Brett's dad chop the head off.
When I killed that one, it was hard for me.
It's a lot. And like chickens for us, like we do like 100. It's a long day. And by the time you're done.
Emotionally.
I am emotionally drained. Totally. But they're like, well, let's go have some supper and
eat some chicken.
I'm not joking you. Yes.
Sorry.
We have double fried southern battered chicken on chicken day.
Nice.
And I'm like, how can you? Because fresh chicken is delicious. And you know what? They're not wrong. It is tasty. But I also did watch you cut the head off of 100 chickens. Yeah. And everything that I take it by the chicken and I can just hear the flapping and I'm traumatized. So we're not doing that.
Okay? I have a hard enough time shooting a gopher. Like when if I shoot it and if it doesn't like die right away. Yeah, I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm just too soft-hearted to be a country girl. I just really am. Like, I know lots of girls, and you do too, that like hunt for fun, and they're like, yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. Like, just like drank the blood, and like, arms deep in the crevasse. And I'm like, ugh, I need you to stop.
I'd like to go hunting. I've never gone actually hunting. I
enjoy going hunting with my dad, but not because I enjoy hunting. I like spending time with my dad.
Yeah.
Right? And most of the time, because we're not very good hunters. I'm not. Most of the time, I'm very noisy and I'm not good at catching the prey. It's mostly just sitting in the truck and visiting. Yeah. I love that shit. Yeah. The one time that I did go hunting with him, though, I don't know if I want to... Oh, yeah, we're fine for time. We did go hunting this one time, and it was like near the end of hunting season, and we only had one moose tag. And we were like bound and determined to get this moose because like if you have never had moose meat before, it is delicious. It's definitely something worth seeking after. It's good. So my dad, we had two different fields that were like two township roads away from each other. So it's about 2 miles. That we could hunt in and that we had seen moose in within the last couple days. We were running out of time. So we dropped my brother off at one. I went with my dad because I didn't have my own gun. Wish I needed to go with someone, and I wasn't going with my brother because he's a fool. And he also had to stand out in the field in the cold, and I was gonna sit in the truck with my dad.
Valid.
So, we're driving. We're looking for this moose. We find a moose. We kill the moose. As my dad kills the moose, I hear the bang of the gun, and it's quiet again. And then about 2 minutes later, I hear another bang, but not near us. It sounded like a little ways away.
Oh, boy.
And we did not... Because, like, my dad left me in the truck. And he had to walk into the field to go shoot this thing. You're not supposed to shoot from your vehicle.
Yeah.
So he had to go walk into the field to go shoot this moose. And he kills it and doesn't tell me to tell Landon that we got one. And just like you get one tag. You don't get to get as many meese as you want. You get one. And so I heard this bang. And I was like, oh my God, did he get one too? Oh my God, what are we going to do? We're going to have to like report it to Fish and Wildlife, and we're going to have to say it was an accident. We weren't responsibly hunting. I'm like trying to call my brother frantically. And I panicked. And because we didn't want to pull into the field where my dad had permission. Because we didn't want to scare anything that was in that field. So we pulled into the field next to it just to park, and then he walked into the field where we were shooting the moose.
Okay.
And so I was like, I gotta go get my dad right now. So I grabbed the keys to the truck, and I pull away from where we had parked, go into the field where we were hunting, and I go and look for him. He's gone.
Oh, God.
Didn't take his cell phone with him.
Of course.
Because why would you? Could scare away the meese. Can't get a hold of my brother. He won't answer his phone. His phone is also in the truck. Oh. Can't get a hold of my dad. I am panicking. There is a dead moose on the ground. I do not have a tag. I did not buy a tag. I just was there for fun.
Yeah.
So there's a dead animal. I have no weapon to prove that I killed it. No hunters around. So I was very panicked. And then all of a sudden I see this blob on the top of a hill, a half a field away going, oh. And so it's my dad, and I like put the vehicle in drive and rip over there, and he's like, what are you doing? I was like, I panicked. Landon shot something. I heard it. Yeah. He was like, oh, I thought I heard that too. Did you get a hold of him? I'm like, no, where's your phone? In the truck. Well, that's where his phone is too.
Yeah.
So then we're like, he's like, okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to field dress this thing, which just means that you like got it right there. And he's like, you and I are going to haul this moose into the back of the truck. I looked at him and I was like, sir, are you some kind of fucking idiot? You have 2 bad knees. And I've got no upper body strength. He's got no winch in the back of his truck.
Oh,
he just wants us to He-Man it in. Okay? We're in the middle of a field and we're going to put a 800-pound moose in the back of this vehicle by ourselves. I don't think so. So he looks at me and he's like, you have to stand here with it then. And I'm like, I am not. Get in the truck. I'm driving. We're going to go get Landon. He can help us load it. So we go and get Landon. My dad immediately is like, what did you shoot? My sweet little summer child of a brother, okay? He's very nice, but there's not a lot going on up there. Porcupine. Saw a porcupine, killed it. Because, of course. This whole time I'm having an anxiety attack because I thought he shot a moose. No, porcupine.
And he's just
He's like, literally, when we pulled up to get him, porcupine. He was like walking around. He's like jamming out because he's got his headphones in. He's jamming out, got his gun. And I was like, what the fuck did you shoot? And he's like, oh, shut up, porcupine. Calm down. What are you guys so upset about? I'm like, did you not hear Dad?
Yeah.
And his gunshot? No, I got my headphones in. That is irresponsible hunting. No.
Oh my God.
We pick up that little dum-dum. Go back to this freaking moose. It's too big. We cannot load it, even the 3 of us. So we have to chain it up and drag it to a freaking approach.
No, oh my God.
So that we can park the truck in the ditch. And so it's level.
Yeah.
And also, I don't know, because I don't like killing things. I don't like touching dead things either.
Yeah.
So the whole time I'm like gagging. Every time I touch this thing, my dad's like, Tate, if you're going to come if you're going to come hunting, you have to help. And I was like, every time I would like, he'd like pass me a hoof and I'd be like, bleh. I'd be like, oh my God. My brother's like, you're such a pussy. And I'm like, I will throw up in my mouth. Everyone needs to stop talking. And then one time my brother like grabbed the head and he was like, hi Tate. And I was like, what? And I like jumped out of the back of the truck. Like 2 feet of snow on the ground, like literally shattered my ankles in the ditch to just get away from them. I was like, I'm never coming hunting again. I don't think I have gone hunting with them since
that's an ordeal.
It's too much. It's just a lot for me. But hey, you know what? I'll eat the meat.
Yeah, that's right.
I don't like to go hunting anymore. I'm traumatized. So, anyways, where did we start? WWE wrestling. What did we end up talking about? Trauma. Hunting. Oh my God, it's too much for me. Pretty close.
Masculinity.
We did keep
shoot
on
some
par.
shit.
Provide for my family. Sorry. Okay, I think we gotta cut it there. Before I trigger too many more people.
All right.
Well, hit us up on our socials. Come say hi. Watch those trigger warnings just one more time, because wow, that was a lot this episode. Yeah. And we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.